Kickstarting B.E Beginnings, an initiative by SA Engineering College designed to guide aspiring engineers as they prepare to embark on their higher education journey. SA Engineering College was established in 1998 under the Dharmanaidu Educational and Charitable Trust with a vision to provide quality technical education and nurture future ready professionals. Over the years, the institution has evolved into leading autonomous engineering college affiliated with Anna University. Known for its commitment to academic excellence, innovation, research, and industry oriented learning, the institution continues to progress under the guidance of its dedicated leadership. The vision of our management is carried forward by our correspondent, Mr. S. Amarnath, Secretary, Mr. D. Dasaranath, and Director, Mr. P. Venkatesh Raja, along with the academic guidance of the Principal, Dr. S. Ramachandran. The institution continues to uphold excellence in education, research, innovation, and industry oriented learning. The transformation from school to college is one of the most exciting and important phase in student life. It is a journey filled with opportunities, challenges, learning experiences, and career defining decisions. Keeping this in mind, LaunchPad 2026 has been organized to help students gain valuable insight into emerging technologies, future career opportunities, and the skills required to thrive in a rapidly evolving world. Today's session focuses on one of the most dynamic and sought after domain of the digital age, cybersecurity. To guide us through this exciting field, we are honored to have with us Dr. S. Jay Ganesh, Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering with a specialization in cybersecurity at the Indian Institute of Information Technology, Kottayam. Dr. Jay Ganesh holds PhD from Anna University and has a significant contribution in the areas of cybersecurity, cryptography, image encryption, secure communication system, digital forensic, and web application security. He has received the Young Faculty Achiever Award and has been recognized as an active instructor in the Cisco Networking Academy program. Through his research, publication, training initiatives, and mentoring activities, he has inspired numerous students and professionals to explore careers in cybersecurity and emerging technology. Today, he will be delivering a session on the cybersecurity horizon, architecting your career for 2030. We are delighted to have with us, sir. I'm certain that your insights and experience will provide valuable guidance to our aspiring engineers as they prepare for the future. Without any further delay, I invite Dr. S. Jay Ganesh to address the gathering. Thank you, sir. The virtual platform is now yours.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the warm introduction. And the video was also very nice. You have actually taken me back to my good old B Tech days. So thanks for that glimpse as well. So yeah, first of all, before we start this particular session, I would like to confirm, is my audio clean and clear to everyone? Yes, thank you. Thank you. So with that note, I would like to first let me start with the thanks, because many of the organizations will conduct such type of programs, career orientation or something at the end of the degree, maybe in the third year or final years. So that won't make help, and I'm very much happy, and then I'm very much curious to address the people, and I would like to congratulate and appreciate the organization for having this type of program at the very beginning of the career for this particular students, those who are joining in 2026. So it's a very good and precise timing that you are organizing this particular program. And I would like to sincerely thank all the institute administrative leaders and HODs and all the faculty members for giving me this opportunity to address the people over here. So with that, coming to the students over here. Yes, dear students, as the faculty have introduced, I'm Dr. Jai, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of CSE Cybersecurity at IIIT Kottayam. That's all known to you. But I don't want to take this session too formal. I have slides to scroll, but I don't want to take you strictly through the slides. Let's be interactive, okay? So when I saw that video, I think many of you might have saw the video which have been streamed before this formal program of inaugurated, right? So sitting this side, okay, when we put the entire timeline, I am actually on the other side, and you are actually yet to travel that particular path. That's how I see. I just travel those paths, and then I am sitting over here, and you are about to start. And in this time gap, many things have changed. Like the path which I walked is completely different than the path which you are about to walk. Okay, so that's completely different. And I'm here to tell you like what has changed. How did I cross this particular line? And how can you cross this particular line? So what makes the difference? What should you do? And after crossing this particular line, when I'm sitting over here, I can actually able to recollect that's exactly how my life was when I was doing my BTech and MTech. So you are about to start your journey. So I would like to give you some alerts, some precautions, and some insights and some experiences I would like to share from my journey from my BTech, MTech, PhD to the professional career over here at IIIT Kottayam. Definitely, this is not an advice. I don't like giving advices. And then I pretty much know that the Gen Zs also are against the advices. So definitely, it's not a kind of advice, right? So you can be confident about it. So with that, having said, let me share my screen. You can just confirm it once you could able to see my screen clear and clear. You could able to see my screen, right? Okay. So thanks for the confirmation. So first of all, the first things that I would like to tell you or I would like to address you is like the reality check. So can you all tell me by the year 20, you are just you are starting your career in 2026 and you are about to, graduate by the year 2030. Now, can you tell me who will be the competitor, who will be your competitors? Like who will you be competing with when you are graduating at the year 2030? Oh, great. Very nice. So I could able to see that the people saying AI, AI. So you already know so you already know your opponent, right? So you don't have to put too much of effort in identifying who exactly your opponent is going to be. Definitely, it's not the person who's sitting next to you. Definitely, it's not a person who's sitting in the next department. No one in your institute or no one else. It's absolutely AI who you are going to compete with, right? And even today, I don't have to give you much introduction about AI. Many of you might have used AI. Probably many of you might have used AI to complete your assignments, to meet the deadlines, to cheat your maths faculty, everything you might have done. Okay, we have all have crossed the same line, and faculties who are listening to this lecture might have also done. Of course, they might not have this matured AIs on those days. Poor thing, they have to believe on books and faculties alone, right? So, but we have an additional support to go through. So you already know your opponent, right? And then you have already answered my first question. Second question: what do industries require from you? Skill, skills or knowledge?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Sir, is that okay to speak in mic, sir?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will more comfortable.
If your faculties allow, I have no problem. I encourage interactive sessions.
Sir, my perspective, we are have to be in knowledge plus skills, sir. This both are very important to in a job.
Okay, knowledge and skill. Right. That's great. Agreed. And many of you might have answered critical thinking skills as well. I do agree with that. I'll come to that point a little later, but I have noted down your answers now. Right. So we will just come to that. But first of all, the first thing of insight that I would like to give you is don't fear technology, don't fear the tools, just try to master them. Okay, so whenever you are put in front of AI, just you know, um, don't don't get threatened or don't be fear about what AI is going to do. And already AI have taken lots of job, and what am I going to do? So just don't think in that way. Try to master those particular tools. Take all the steps, and in this session, I'm going to guide you through all the steps that you could do. It's not the timeline. I'm just giving you an ideal framework which you can do for in each and every year, and what are all the things that you have to focus on or you have to keep in your checklist so that your final year will be easier. Okay, so you just have to plan your journey right from today, from this minute, not even today, from this minute you should have to start planning because you have already started your career. Right. And then you could see that the last line on my slide actually says that your degree begins today. You may provisionally starting your degree today, but your career have already started. By the time you got admission at SA Engineering College, your everything is decided, right? This is the stream, this is the timeline, and this is the technology you're going to study. Everything have been decided. It's been already decided, so you have to start your career a little early. And that's a brief introduction. I don't want to bore you. There is my LinkedIn link over here. Once the session is over, I can share the slides through your coordinators. You can get in touch with me. And then, so can you tell me, let's take the first question. How many of you already know programming? Those who know programming can give me the thumbs up, or you can put it in the chat box. So you already know programming, right? So there are few people who have already know programming. And then how many of you have used Linux? Little bit, like C. Fine, fair enough. That might be a subject, right? So I prefer you people can put a message in the chat box. Keep your chat box open so that you can put the messages over here because these reactions are much more easier. And from the browser, I could actually see the most interactive people will get rewards as well. Best wishes for your goodies. So yeah, so few people already know that programming language. Python you already know. Fair enough. You're not starting at zero. You have already traveled. Like how many of you know Linux operating system? No. Hard truth. Agreed. So you did not get a chance to work on Linux, right? So fair enough. So trying to install it. I'm using Linux for 3 years. That's great, Rahul. So that's great. Okay, fine, no problem. So have you used any AI tools? Obviously, yes. I don't have to ask this. Many of you might be using this, so you don't have to answer. I already know the answer. So you know what cybersecurity is. I'm not going to align more towards cybersecurity, but it's a general thing. It's obviously your choice to um, decide in which field you would like to work. So do you know about cybersecurity? Right. Can you define what is it in just 2 or 3 words? We are said to protect our personal information. Yeah. Do you know cybersecurity? Answer is yes or no. That's fine, but define. Securing the data, basically a skill. It's not a theory. That's a good perspective. Agreed. Digital security. Okay. So cybersecurity is like a mix of everything that you have said. It is to secure the data, and then you just have to, secure all the digital assets that you have. It can be a network, it can be a website that you run, or it can be, yeah, finding vulnerability, authentication. All of these things are part of cybersecurity or job roles of cybersecurity roles. I'll be addressing that a little bit. Okay. So, how many of you have a GitHub account? My next question. Okay, you have. If you don't have, just feel free to put no, no problem at all. So I could see more no's here, except very few they have GitHub accounts. Okay, fine. So don't worry whether your answers are yes or no for any of these questions which you see on the slide. You are just starting, right? So, but if I ask the same question after 2 years or after 3 years, and if your answer remains the same, then that's a warning. Okay, that's an alert. That's a critical alert. Today you have a privilege of saying no to any of these questions because you have just started. You have still time to learn this or to create or whatever has to be thought or whatever has to be learned. But when I ask the same question to the same set of people after 2 years, You should not be saying the same answers. Then it means that you have not progressed. You have not done anything towards securing your career. Okay, so that's the thing. So don't worry where you start. Focus on where you can reach by 2030. Okay, so on every slide, I will put up something at the bottom, which is what I actually wanted to say to you all. Okay, so don't don't worry about where you start. Okay, you just think about you just have to graduate in 2030 with flying colors, and you should all have the skill sets which industry requires. Okay, so that's the skill set which is being done, and you are in 2026 and graduation is by 2030. So here I would like to give you a timeline which you have to follow during your 4 years of your study. So here you can see that what will happen in 2030, all of these insights you should know. Okay, so this will cover you what you have to do today and what you have to do by the next year, so that how do you. Okay, I'm getting muted frequently. Okay, now it's fine. Right. So you might be in third year. That's great. This is mainly created for the first year. And if you are in third year, just ensure that whatever you must be doing in first and second year have been done or not. So the first one is all about you have to explore more things in the first year itself. Don't just get into some particular domain and don't waste your entire time. Okay. So you just have to explore what is it available, what are all the things that is going around you, what technologies are evolving. So first thing is you have to, by 26 and 27, you just have to explore. So that's where the curiosity comes in, and then explore what are all the things that you have. And then by 28 and 29 you could actually able to do some mid journey where you should actually make your hands dirty. So don't stop your knowledge only with the books. Most of the books that you study are outdated. Of course, I stand and I 100% agree that foundation or the skills you must need foundational knowledge, but don't stop with the foundational knowledge because the technology is not still at the foundational level. Most of the technologies have gone so far and beyond our thinking capabilities. So don't stop yourself with or don't restrict yourself in only understanding what the foundations are. You should go beyond. And finally, by the time you get graduate, you should have your portfolio ready, you should have your skills ready, and you must be industry ready if in order to be get absorbed by any high paying industries or core industries, right? So for this to happen in 2030, you should start planning now and you should start acting now. So planning is much easier, everyone can do, but action is something only very few, those who are determined and those who are constantly motivated can able to do. So take actions on your plan, only then you will have the progress. Otherwise, you will still be there at yet another day, sitting at the same place, planning for the same goal, only the days goes off, right? So that has to be done. And then think about the job roles that you see today. So these are all some job roles, right? So ethical hacker, cloud security engineer, prompt engineer, AI security researcher, and threat hunter, SOC analyst. These job roles were all not there 20 years before. So 20 years before, if someone asked me, will there be a profession called ethical hacker? No, obviously no. So there was no need, there was no technology that required this job role, ethical hacker. But today it's on the most demanding skill. And then there was no domain called cloud security. Every industries were having their own hardware infrastructures. They buy routers, they buy gateways, they buy servers, they do their own installations, and then they maintain their installations. But now everyone is going to the cloud, so it reduces the cost, it reduces the business capability. I mean, it increases the business capability, and so on. So everything is moving towards cloud. So if someone would have asked me, will there be a profession called cloud engineer 20 years before? Obviously, we might not have no idea. So what I'm trying to say or what I'm trying to drive from this particular slide is You have to prepare yourself for 2030, not for the technologies that you see today. And most of the technologies that you might hear, you might see, is few things are just AI bubble, and most of the leaders have already spoke frankly about this AI bubble, right? So by the time the touch phones came, everyone were booming it up. Now it has become just a casual thing, right? So similarly, when the AI came, when no one thought that I can share my feelings with some AI, I can ask anything to someone who can listen and respond to me. No one thought about that. But when this technology came, all of a sudden everyone got excited, and then we were just talking to that. And we might have heard through news articles like there are people who share their feelings with ChatGPT, get the opinion from ChatGPT, and then believing like it's a friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever it is, right? And for them, it's for few it's their lawyers, for few it's their doctors, and so on. And we could also see the dangerous part of this misinterpretation of data and blindly following the AI responses as well. That is equally the danger side as well. So just understand what's the technology, how is it working, then you will uh, you know refrain from it. Okay, next time you will never ask a chat gpt about what medications to be taken for a particular symptom on your body, right? If you understood it right. And yeah, so prepare for the jobs that have not yet been named. So we don't know what comes up in 2030, but you should prepare for that. So for that, you should know how the current technologies are working, first the fundamentals, then you should start applying it, gain some knowledge, and on top of it, just try to understand what industries are taking forward on that, and try to grasp that particular knowledge. Here are the few stats which might be alarming. You can take this as an warning, or you can take this as an insight. It depends on how you read this, right? So students, those who are entering into 2026 graduates, so you would be surprised with this number, like 3.5 million jobs are not filled yet. Okay, this is the stats as per 2025. But still, industries could not fill the entire job roles. People will say that there are lots of jobs, but whereas the other side, the graduates will say that I studied BTech, but I'm still unemployed. But the truth is, industry doesn't need graduates, they need skilled people. And that's what we were addressing at the very first discussion. So you should require skill in order to get absorbed. So just reading the theory subjects and the practical subjects, clearing the exams you have in each and every semester, assignments, projects, everything that you do in your 4 years of study, that will just open up the door, that will make you eligible for the placement activities, right? But apart from that, if you want to clear the interview, if you want to grab that opportunity, then you must have something called a skill. And in my perspective, I would say skill is something which you can do. It's not in my perspective, knowledge and skill both are different. Okay, I'll address on that a bit deeper when I touch the self-learning part. So 85 percentage of enterprise workloads will be in the cloud. So don't run behind. Of course, understanding switch, routers, modems, all these things are required. But at the same time, don't stop there. Try to understand how these things have went into cloud, and how cloud actually managing the same activities which have been done physically once a period of time. And then 75 billion plus of IoT devices are connected worldwide. And think how many devices would be online by the time you graduate. So, do we have a technology that can scale to this extent? And can we able to ensure security for all the devices? Can we able to provide quality data for all the users who are using these devices? These are all the pain points which you just have to address. And then AI, obviously, this is the magic word now. So, will power every major industry sector. So, AI will become a secret ingredient. It's not a secret ingredient anymore. It has become a mandatory ingredient in almost every devices that we use. Right. So, we use laptops. Our laptops are now powered with Copilot. Windows is giving you Copilot by default. Take it Mac, they have Siri. Take Android, they have AI integrated. Take washing machines, they are integrating AI into that. Take fridges, they are integrating AI into that. So, okay, so take every devices that you use, a tinge of AI or a layer of AI is being added to that particular thing. So in future, by 2030, you can hardly expect that every industry is going to be powered, or there will be a role of AI in some way, direct or indirect, in that particular domain, right? So you cannot avoid it because it has already rooted its application in wide domains, in various domains. Then in 2030, your graduation year, it's a very new digital era. Even I'm excited what will we have by year 2030. The same curiosity and the same excitement should be there within you as well. But don't prepare for this 2026 or for 2028. Your scope is to be 2030, right? So the question is not, will AI replace me? Do you think that the AI will replace you? Do you really think that the AI will replace you? Yes, no. AI will replace you. But when? That's a good thumbs down. But when? See, AI will not replace you. Okay, so when I came into this cybersecurity, okay, I shared my experience, right? When I came into this cybersecurity, people said like, no, cybersecurity is something which can entirely be automated, and humans will not have any job. I'm still searching for an AI which could automate my work. Okay, I could never find it. So you may name few things. There is OpenClaw, there is Hermes, and lots of open source projects that coming up. Claude AI that can able to conduct hacking. And when you go to the YouTube, some random YouTuber will say that this thing is possible and it's going to take up your entire job. And I run a YouTube channel as well, so I think I'm competent enough to say this. So not everything that you see on YouTube is true, and it's not accurate as well. So just you should be selective, and you should be choosing your, you should be consuming the correct content. That's the thing which I just wanted to say. Consuming content is your freedom, but choose the right content to consume. So that's the thing which I just wanted to say. But one thing is, AI will never replace you. When I joined this instrument, when I decided to shift into cybersecurity, people said like AI is going to come. Many works in cyber or any computer related work will be taken up by the AI. No, I'm still searching for such a kind of AI, and all the AIs which were claiming that it can do the job, it's still in the very amateur state. Okay, it just needs much more maturity to cope up with the current technological trend. And in the name of AI, already the RAM prices have gone up, silicon chips have gone up, and then we have seeing a good spike in the MacBook mini sales and all. So all of these things that AI era is bringing up, but once it gets stabilized, the cost will somehow come down. So that's the thing. One thing as a student which you have to keep in mind is you just have to excel, or learn that AI, how to use an AI, and how to excel at AI, and how to use the AI in order to become a better person. So if you would ask me, will AI replace you? Some AI may replace Jay, okay, me. But what I would say is, if I sit at this state without learning AI, without taking any steps to explore what AI can do and how better I can do things, I will be replaced by someone who knows the AI better, right? So that will certainly going to happen. If I'm teaching my students the way I started teaching in 2018, then I'll be definitely out of the field. No, none of the student is going to listen to my lecture because generations have changed. The amount I invested in preparing the lecture content, preparing the slides, everything have changed. Now, today, no students requires lecture notes from me, because when they put the topic on ChatGPT, they get a better notes, a customized notes, an AI generated with all the visualizations. Like, you can generate your own notes within minutes and seconds. So, as a faculty, what should I do in order to surpass AI's output? Right. So that's what I have to think. So if you are not thinking that way, if you are still adhering to the baseline or the base variant, then you will be replaced by someone who knows AI or who understands AI. right? So that is the claim over here. So technology is no longer a department. So whether you belong to cybersecurity, EC, I don't know which department students are there in this call, but you, irrespective of the department, okay, irrespective of the department, now technology is for everyone. You cannot say that I am from mechanical engineering, I build only cars, I work only with the hardware, the CNC machines, and then the lathe machines. No, you will be out. Okay, so you must find something where you can optimize it, and you can make it more productive, and you can make the community more beneficial. So how well you can contribute to these areas, right? And then, so these are all the various things that I just wanted to address. Yeah, don't fear about the AI. Then these are all the few list of technologies which might be in hot state by the time you graduate. Okay, so artificial intelligence, obviously, because earlier we had AI, then they started giving local large language models, LLM. Then after that they talk about agentic AIs, and then the next thing goes like, so agentic AIs are like the action takers. They will interact with the AI model and they will do the things. So with this agentic AI, you can build lots of projects. There are countless number of projects that you can build. I'll be addressing about projects in a minute, but these are all the areas. Cybersecurity is becoming wild nowadays because most of the industries have started using AI. So when you start using AI, obviously the computational requirements comes in. When it is computational, computer comes in. When computer comes in, network also comes in. When the network comes in, security will obviously should be there. Otherwise, any data that you put into your AI model will be stolen by some bad actors, hackers. Okay. So cybersecurity is one thing which your primary goal is to secure the digital assets, right? So if that securing digital assets is not there, then you might not able to survive. So cybersecurity is one area which you can explore. Cloud computing, internet of things, quantum computing, this is picking up now. And then robotics and automation, blockchain, and then UAV and drones. So UAV and drones are really picking up. You can see that medicines are delivered through drones, and then attacks are also now being conducted through drones. They just drop the missile or bomb through the drones. So there are many applications that comes out from this technologies over here. So be it electronics, be it computer science, be it mechanical, irrespective of your department, be a candidate who can handle interdisciplinary problems. Okay, so collaborate with EC student, collaborate with a mechanical student. So basically I think your institute will be segregating like circuit branches and non-circuit branches. If you are from a circuit branch, just merge or collaborate with the non-circuit branches. If you are from the other side, do the vice versa, right? So you should be able to collaborate with others, and networking is one key skill which you must develop. And these are all the list of technologies that you can consider. Just explore. Your first year is to explore. No one is going to stop you like, why are you exploring such domains? So sitting in the mechanical engineering, you wanted to explore quantum computing or quantum engineering, go ahead, feel free. All you need is just to know the fundamentals. You need to take some extra steps and actions to prepare yourself in that particular domain. So that's all what you need. And then, so the technology which actually reshaping every industry is, I think most of the AI tools which I mentioned in this slide is already known to you. So it's not new to you, right? So we need to look beyond. That's what we are not doing it. And even I handle many interns over here. The primary trend that I see over here is when I ask the students, like, do we have any idea on which you wanted to work? They will say plenty of ideas. All those ideas are given by ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever it is. If you talk to ChatGPT, that will give you enormous amount of ideas, right? But all those ideas are not feasible or not effective, or maybe one or two might be $1 million idea. I do believe that, but still it's in our hand to evaluate the idea given, to check the feasibility, like whether it is possible or not, and what research has to be taken in order to make that real. Okay, So just go beyond these tools. Don't just stick with the results which was given by this particular tool. Okay, so you are sitting inside a class and then your faculty is lecturing you about an important concept, and you have actually learned it, but somewhere you could not able to relate that particular concept with the real time application. Grab your mobile phone, grab your laptop, of course after the class if permitted. Then just ask ChatGPT to explain it with practical applications that is seen in real world, and try to connect it with the practical applications and real-time applications. Any concept that you study, try to map it. If you do not have that visual mind map, like where is this concept getting applied, oh, this is the reason why this is happening this way, so that connect should be there. If the connect is not there, then whatever that you study will remain only theoretical, and you will lack the practical knowledge. If you lack the practical understanding or practical knowledge, you will never get that skill which is required by the industry people. So it all starts in your classroom, right? So by the moment your faculty starts lecturing and then you are not listening to it, and then you are not having a complete picture of that, you will be suffering. Not no, but definitely, definitely not no, but for sure after 3 years, right? And many students mentality is, we just started, we have time, we have 3 years time to face our placements. No, that's not true. And you will waste entire 3 years, and then when you get final year, that seriousness comes into your mind. Oh my God, now it's final year. We have to place interviews next week or next month. Or sometimes you might not be eligible for the placement activities as well. Your CGPA matters. You have to keep your CGPA to certain threshold levels as demanded by the companies. So many people will, lose that. They will take it on a lighter note. So if you are in the first year who are about to start your career, please don't waste your time. Okay, so that doom scrolling, I'll tell you how to use social medias in a very effective way. I'm not telling you, someone sitting at this side, I'm never going to tell you that don't use social medias, never consume content from YouTube, and then don't waste your time on the internet. No, obviously not. All these things are mandatory, right? It has become mandatory. But only thing is, how do you consume the data? Are you consuming the data which is of no use for you, or are you consuming the data which is going to put you 2 days ahead or 50 days ahead? Okay, so it all depends on the content that you consume. So subscribe for the newsletters, subscribe for the feeds which are technical and which gives you rich information. So obviously when you start liking this type of pages, see, uh, everyone knows Instagram algorithm, right? So when you spend more than some seconds in particular reel, then it starts showing you such sort of reel, assuming that you are liking this content. So you have the option of interested and not interested. So when you see a content which is not interested for you, just register that you are not interested on that. So next time it will think twice before suggesting you that content. And whenever you see some technical information, then you can, then you can start liking that page, and then you consume that page. Eventually what happened, the algorithm will adjust, and then it will start showing you the content which you would like to see. It's very simple. If you follow two, three actor or actress page, right? So when you go to this reel section, you will get all the reels which is related to the actor or actress which you have liked or which you have followed. Instead, you can, like, there are some technical pages, interesting engineering is there, LMES is there are lots of pages which delivers technical content. Okay, so instead, if you like and follow these pages, or obviously your reels will change, the pattern will change, and that will show you the interesting contents which you would like to see. And the bus travel journey that you have in the morning, I know, I have worked at Chennai, so we will obviously spend around 1 to 1.5 hours in our bus journey in the morning as well as in the evening. If you are a day scholar, I have experienced that. So that's a golden time. So rather than just going through some movies, or rather than wasting your time, that's a very best time to plan your day ahead. Okay, so you can subscribe to these useful contents, and unintentionally, if you take your Instagram, that will be fed it with lots of interesting facts and figures which will spark some ideas in you. So that's how you have to manage your social media account. And if you are very poor at managing things and making decisions, feel free to use two accounts. One is for the personal one, another one is for the professional one. Mark did not tell us to use only one single account. Feel free to use two accounts, one for the personal use, where you can have your life and you can vibe to your favorite music director or actor or actress, whoever it is. But on the other side, have a professional thing. So have a deep work sessions, maybe 2 to 3 hours a day. So the most in-demand skill will be like this when you are into cybersecurity. These are all the in-demand skills. So when you are getting into any domain, irrespective of any domain, you should have skills respected to that. Okay. So I'm coming to that. You have wasted your entire leave days, right? I'm coming to that. What you should have done. Okay. So one thing is skills part. Acquire the skills which is required to that particular domain. If you're an automobile engineer, you just try to look at some skills that is required in that particular domain. And if you are from cybersecurity, these are all the areas in which you have to develop the skills. And if I have to tell my experience, I'm interested in the offensive side, which means ethical hacking, breaking things, breaking into security stuffs. So I totally belong to this thing. So ethical hacking kind of thing, which we call it as red team. So there are certain skills and certain mindsets that is required to become an ethical hacker and then to work with the investigation things. So that's where we should go over here. Okay. So artificial intelligence and data science that I'm coming. See, the template is the common thing. Okay, it's not like where you should go and what you should study. You should study everything. Okay, so if I say AI has its roots to all the major domains. So it all depends on how you use AI. For example, AI is common for me. I am an ethical hacker. I don't do hacking for any bad stuffs, but AI is common for the attackers as well. So AI is common for good guys and as well as the bad guys. So it's all about how they use the technology. So that's the thing. And this is what you just wanted to do from the first year. So if you are starting from the first year, we will just start from the bottom. So you just have to start from your foundation. Be thoroughly, get fundamentally strong with any of one programming language. It can be Python, C, or Java. It's of your choice. Everyone says Python is easy to start, but with this AI technology, anything is easy to start. Just open up an ChatGPT and then ask ChatGPT to teach you Python in the way you like, and then it's going to teach you. Okay, and then uh, many people will tell you that in future AI is going to write the programming, so you don't have to learn programming. Don't believe. Even though AI is going to write the programming for you, if the program given to you, if you could not understand what is written in that program, how will you debug it? How will you add feature to it? Okay, so don't believe in those words. And there are some reels who will definitely tell you that in future AI is going to write the programming, and today why should I learn Python? No, you should learn Python to build AI itself, to build AI agents. Okay, so to program anything or to build anything, if you are building something, you are interacting with the computers. If you want to interact with the computers, you should speak the language which computer understands. Unfortunately or unfortunately, programming language is the only way you can interact with the computer. So you must learn one programming language for sure. So be it which programming language that you can decide. Okay, and then learning is pretty simple. And then that's what you just wanted to do in the first year. Focus on only one programming language. I suggest you to take uh, any online courses, right? So 10th and 12th level of Python is at the fundamental level. You should scale it up, right? So if you already know something, in the second year, you just start learning with the Linux networking and then the databases. So definitely, if you have decided that you wanted to get into cybersecurity, Linux is something which you cannot avoid. So you cannot expect GUIs always. You will be communicating, or you will be interacting, or your entire life will be in the CLI mode only. Okay. And then Linux networking and databases are the things which we should uh, gather. And then when you are at the third year, then you should choose your domain, which domain you just wanted to select, be it an cloud security, or be it container security, or be it the defensive side, which side you just wanted to go. So that has to be chosen. And final year, obviously, it is going to be your final year projects. Okay. So this is your 4 years mind map, or 4 years thing. So just explore, discover, and you become a specialist in one thing. By the time you enter into your final year, you will be a professional in that particular area. And then explorer mode, as I told you, like you should learn one programming, get fundamental knowledge about Linux and terminal usage, and then GitHub and communication. And many of you have, I've seen in the chat, I'm actually seeing the chat, but I just don't want to get distracted. But still, what skill set you wanted to believe? Better online class or offline class, that depends. Okay, so whether you are, what kind of person are you? I prefer self learning. I prefer online mode, because with today's technology I can grasp content for learning. Okay, if you are building something, obviously you need suggestions and advices from the experts who have already traveled in that job. For example, if I am building a product, okay, so for ethical hacking or something, definitely chat gpt or Gemini is not going to help me for the entire product timeline. I wanted to speak with someone who actually builds stuffs. Only then I can gain from their experience. So start learning from their experience, learning some fundamental concepts. If you are stuck with any error, you don't understand what that error is, then you can do it on your own. So that's the thing. And then every one of you should have a GitHub repository. Start building things. Okay, so be it cyber security, be it CSE, be it mechanical, or whatever it is, whatever you do, be it a simple calculator program. Okay, so write a Python program which outputs the calculator, add a GUI to it. So definitely you cannot do this with your 12th grade of Python. So once you know Python, you should be able to build something. It's not like understanding how loops work, how conditional statements work. It's not generating some switch cases which will tell you whether you are pass or not in a subject. That's totally fundamental. No one uses that. Okay. So one thing is, if you know Python, just gear it up. You just start building one application. While building an application, you will actually understand and you will get to know what are all the things that is required. Okay. If you are an ECE candidate, you are most welcome. IoT is something which you can learn, or decide whether you're going to come in electronic side or you're going to be on the communication side. So if it is communication, 5G, 6G are coming up. If you have chose security, then networking is the area which you wanted to study. So I'm from ECE, now shifted into cybersecurity. So the transition is not that difficult. You can manage, of course, with some mix of hard work and smart work. So at least every year, make sure that you are building three projects minimum, three mini projects minimum. You have 1 year time. Building three mini projects is not at all a big task. In addition to the assignments, homework, or the punishments, whatever is given to you by your faculty, just try to build three mini projects and push it into the GitHub. Okay. Start from your first year. And second year is all about artificial intelligence, getting GitHub. Okay. And for everyone who says that I don't know this, I don't know that, I'm coming later. Okay, I'm coming. I have an answer for you. And this is what in the discovery mode. So let's learn the basics of ML, TensorFlow, all of these things. Okay. So then these are all a bit of advanced thing when compared to the fundamentals that you have already studied. Okay, so then you just have, and then look at the targets for your second year. You should have at least 5 projects in your hand. participate in the hackathons. You should participate in the hackathon. Whether you are winning or losing, that is different. Participate in hackathon, so that will give you a very good experience about what hackathon is all about. You will get a networking opportunity. You will get an opportunity to understand what other institute students are doing. And then open source projects. Open source projects are like free softwares. You can build one software. Say for an example, now many of your faculties will be struggling to convert a Word document to a PDF document, or a PDF document to a Word document. This conversion is there. There are lots of online tools available. You can find some problem which your faculties are facing. Try to develop one simple tool and make it open source. Everyone can use it. So that's how you contribute to the open source. Okay. And all the free tools that we use, it is actually from the open source. Big thanks to the community. GitHub is something where you can save your code repositories. Every time you can change the code, the version control thing. Okay, so that's where the projects are being saved. Be it any project, you will be storing it on the GitHub day by day. That gets improved. Every day you improve a code, you will push it into the GitHub. So everyday versions will be there. So that is GitHub, a code repository kind of thing. And then specialized mode, you should in the third year especially, you should start reaching start reading some research papers. So you will your faculty will definitely guide you on this, how to download the research paper, how to go through the research paper. This will certainly help you, like what is the current research that is going on in that particular topic or domain which you have chosen. First year is completely fundamental, second year is completely building, third year is research. So write a technical blog. If you are a writer, maintain a blog. Okay, you should have a digital presence. That is something which is unavoidable. Everyone should have a digital presence. Okay, if you are not comfortable in showing your face on YouTube video, just start a blog at least. Just create an page somewhere, Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, wherever it is. You just start a page and post content on that. It should be in technical content. While posting the content, you have to do some groundwork. You have to read about that. You have to learn about that. If you put some nonsense in the page, then someone will say like this is nonsense and no one is going to follow that. Right. So you have to learn. And open source contribution, you have to keep doing. Every year you just contribute something to the open source. Try attracting internships. NITs, IITs, IIITs, and reputed universities, and most of the companies, startups, all of these things are offering internship opportunities to the students. So look for the opportunities. It will be usually posted in the um, their websites. So you can constantly look at the institute, and if there is any internship opportunity, grab that. That will give you the real time experience of working on real projects. Okay, so that is internship which you wanted to focus on. LinkedIn, you must have one. If you do not have one LinkedIn, how many of you do not have LinkedIn? Just gives me thumbs up. Those who don't have LinkedIn, you should give me thumbs up. I thought I will never get any thumbs up for this, but I still see many people who are giving thumbs up. Okay, if you do not have LinkedIn, you should start one. Okay, you should start one. And then final year is all about, see, only if you do all these things in order, you will have these many things in your final year. Look at the checklist. It's really difficult to build in just 1 year. And recruiters will see how old is your LinkedIn profile is. Okay, so you should have a resume crafted and reviewed. Obviously, your placement department cell will help you out in creating the resume. But if you want to create a resume, you need some content to put inside that resume, right? So how will you get that content? If you put the content like I studied this is my UG qualification, sorry, this is my 10th qualification, 12th qualification, everyone sitting inside the class is going to put the same content. Only the school is going to get differed, right? Then LinkedIn, at least you should have 500 plus connections. Connection, try sending connection requests to the people who are working in the same industry. By the time you get, LinkedIn is not a social thing. Don't follow your girlfriend here. Don't follow your boyfriends here. This is not a place for sharing your personal things or doing those things. It's not a dating site. You just have to follow the professionals who are actually good at the field in which you are going to work or which you would like to work. So when you follow those peoples, then you will actually get an idea. When you open up your LinkedIn, you will get all the posts and all the feeds related to the people that you have followed. So that will direct you towards your destination. So that you have to do. Don't follow just because you know someone. This is not a social networking site. You can connect with them on different things. You can connect with them on social media or Instagram. There are lots of other platforms for that, but LinkedIn is definitely not for that. So which student will be hired? Can I get an answer? Quick answer. On the left, you have 9.5 CGPA candidate who is exceptionally good, who will be the mostly favorite candidate for all the faculties. But on the right side, you have an 8 CGPA candidate or 7 CGPA candidate. Obviously knows that, student B is going to get selected because he has everything which industry needs. Okay, so he has everything which industry needs. He has 10 plus projects. You have GitHub portfolio. He have completed 2 internships. He have a very good blog which attracted so many people, and he is running a LinkedIn page with millions of followers or thousands of followers. Okay, so obviously industries will never have a reason to say no for this type of candidate. I mean the B type of candidate. So if you stuck only with the educational thing, if you are focusing only on the CGPA, then you forget to build projects, you forget to build your GitHub repository, you forget to attend internships, you have not participated in the conferences, then you will never be attracted. Meaning you are only theoretically good. Industries don't need theoretical knowledge. They need practical skills. And then whether you like it or not, your digital presence is very much required. Okay, so whether you like it or not, your digital presence is required. So if your recruiters cannot find you online, then you may not exist professionally. Okay, so being in faculty, I have a LinkedIn profile and I publish whatever I do that might inspire someone or that might ignite someone. Oh, this can be a direction. So for that reason, I do publish. Yeah, I do teach. And I do have an YouTube channel as well where I post videos regularly on the things which I'm actively learning. So I learn and I teach. By teaching, I learn it better. So that's a cycle. So that's how you just have to plan your way. So LinkedIn profile, GitHub portfolio, technical blog, you can write a blog, then hackathon wins. Whenever you win an hackathon, your college is going to celebrate you like anything because they need that credential. And then community presence. So you build a community as well. But this will get builded only if you attend conferences, a group of students from different colleges, from different streams. You can actually build entire startup together. So that is possible. And this is one thing which I would like to tell you, and my very favorite thing. You should have something like a self-learning. Okay, so I'll take another 5 minutes with the permission, then we will close. This is something which I wanted to address. So self-learning is something which you should never omit. And I am a self-learned person. As I already said, I just wanted to share the experience, not the advice. So if I'm not learning on myself, then definitely I would not have cleared my BTech even. Okay, so self-learning is key for your success, I would say, because say there are 60 or 70 candidates sitting inside the same hall. The faculty is lecturing for everyone, and faculty will obviously try to do his or her best to reach every candidate. But uh, every student have different caliber. Okay, so for few might understand in the first explanation itself, and few might need 2 to 3 iterations, or the faculty has to repeat 2 or 3 times. But even running on the tighter deadlines, repeating the same content 2 or 3 times might not be practically possible, or that might bore the other candidates who are sitting in the same hall. There are several reasons why practical reasons and valid reasons why it cannot be done that way. So for that, don't rely completely on the classroom teaching. Classroom teaching is just to give you, or is just like an eye-opening session. So self-learning is the key. So 85 percentage of 2030 jobs doesn't exist yet. So it has to come. There is a huge job market which is available for you. And 50 percentage of the current skills that you have now will become obsolete. Okay, so though there were some people who will claim themselves as content writer. Now nobody needs the content writer. Even if I want to draft an email, I will just draft the outline, give it to ChatGPT. ChatGPT gives me better content. My time is saved. I don't have to drain my energy. Everything is being done. So lots of jobs have already been taken, which was an labor level job. So that's already gone. And then 1 plus billion people are reskilling. So if you need to know more about reskilling, you just ask any of your faculties. Many of your faculties, or even I, will constantly seek some opportunities to learn new things, because when the new things come, we are in the position to teach that technology to the students. So we should upscale ourselves. We should reskill ourselves. So earlier, I can say that I can teach only on chalk and talk. I can use the board and I can teach. But today, if I use chalk and talk method, many will walk out of my classes. So I have tools to make the classes interesting. I have content to make the class engaging. So you have to reskill. You have to reshape your thing. And then AI automates most of the job. So if you want to learn any field, you can wisely use AI and you can kickstart your learning experiences. And then self-learning is not just reading book. When I say self-learning, if you misinterpreted that reading some books, no. So it's like learning something in a practical way or learning something which you have not learned in your classroom study. Learn one new thing per day. In 1 year, you will have 365 informations with you, which is more than enough to build AI agent kind of thing. In 1 year, you will build that. If you learn one small thing one day, constantly and consistently, you can build bigger things. Then it's not like should I okay be sitting in the academic community. I am also an assistant professor working for some institutes, and I'm saying you to do the self learn. Then you might ask me, then why did I pay my fees? It's not like either you have to go for a formal education or you go for a self education. It's like, and you should have a formal education and you should have a self learning as well. It's both. It's always, and you should have this as well as that, because your degrees will open the door. End of the day, without degree no companies is going to hire. You might have heard that the people saying that in my company degree is not a matter, but how many companies says that? Can you all compete to the same company? No. So think about the practicality as well. So your degrees will open up the door, but if you want to still uh, retain in that particular company, if you want to get promotions, go to the higher levels, self learning is very much important. Okay, so your degree is just your launch pad and it's not your destination. Wherever you go, there is something higher that you can achieve. So that, just keep this in mind. And these are all the critical things. And one thing which many students will ignore or take it on a lighter notice: soft skill. Technical skill, obviously many knows that, but soft skill is something which is very essential for you in order to get placed in the company. Okay, and especially if you want to become in startup or entrepreneur also, soft skill is something it is required. Okay, so because your technical interview round starts only when you enter inside the technical panel, or only if you are presenting yourself in front of the interview panel members. But soft skill is something that it will be evaluated the moment you entered inside the campus. You are under the CCTV surveillance. So your soft skill will be evaluated. Okay, so that is one thing which many people will ignore or take it on a lighter sense. You please don't ignore the way you behave, the way you talk, how confident you are looking, the posture, everything matters. The way you dress, color of your dress, everything matters. I think you have a very good placement and career development center. They will definitely guide you on that. Whenever your institute is organizing some training programs from the FACE or Time Institute, don't take it as a leisure hours. Utilize. That's the thing which I just wanted to say. Okay. So knowledge and understanding, which I was just telling you, I would like to say knowledge and understanding is something You read a point and then you know the meaning of it. It is understanding. Okay. So you read 2 3 points, you understand few points, and you are getting the relationship between that. That is, we call it as knowledge. Connecting the dots is what we call it as the knowledge. Then skill is something which is completely hands-on. Can you swim in the ocean by completing a course on how to swim in the ocean? Or you have just watched an YouTube video saying that how to swim. Can you swim? If I throw you on the ocean, can you swim? Can you survive? No, right? So that's actually the skill. Knowing is different, understanding is different, and skill is something completely different. So just analyze what level of knowledge that you have. Okay, what is your skill set? Okay, when I say you have a skill, make sure you actually have a skill. It is not like knowing what is the skill. Knowing what is the skill is just the first step. It's like step zero. After that, you should invest your time and then you should learn that. So self learners will always get hired and promoted as well because you have a very good portfolio, a very good knowledge base than the other people. And don't just think, just try to don't just apply. You are learning something and then you are applying the same thing over here. So try to do something in addition so that you can get to know what can be done in addition. Okay. So the graduate into AI decade, obviously in the very first slide, you have already said that you are going to compete with the AI. So don't fear it. You just have to compete the AI. So you should master and excel it. So this is typically what I would like to say. So pick one interest in which you just wanted to, excel with and learn by building. That's what I would say. Learning by building is the best way to survive in this era, I would say. So don't just learn, don't just see, don't just consume, start building it. Okay. And then 30 minutes daily, you should focus on something you are trying to learn, be it a business skill, be it a financial thing, be it a financial literacy. Nobody teaches you financial literacy nowadays. So learn something, how stock market works, what is term insurance, how do I secure my family. By the time you get a job, you should know how to secure your family. By the time you get a job, your parents are getting old. Okay, you have to take care of them. So how do you plan your finances? Okay, so spend some time on learning something and consistently 30 minutes at least a day. If you have more time to invest, you are really blessed. So document it publicly, means you can write a blog and everything. Find a tribe, meaning community of people who shares the same idea and same knowledge, who are in the same vibe, not for partying but for building something useful. And teach someone. It's my personal suggestion. When you teach it to someone, if you are in second year, teach your first years. When you are in the third year, teach your second years. So they will also get benefited. You will also learn something in useful. So your degree will give you permission. Self learning will always give you power. You will really feel that you are more powerful. And here are some tools which you can use it for. Notebook LLM is something you might have heard. How many of you have heard this Notebook LLM? Google Notebook LLM. Yeah, many of you have heard. Only one. Okay. So there are set of few people who have already know. Okay. Everyone have used Google Gemini, right? So in that, when you just expand that, there is something called as Google Notebook LLM. When you get inside that Notebook LLM, here you can see this is how the interface will look like. So you can search something, and if your faculty have given some notes, put that PDF inside that, put that PPTs inside. If you come across some YouTube videos which is explaining that concept, put that links also. And then if you have copied some, be it any resource related to that, you can put everything over here, and then you can ask for everything. Audio overview in most of the languages you will get English. And if you are in Tamil தெரியும்னா தமிழ்ல கூட வரும். It will give you in Tamil, Malayalam, English, Hindi. So language barrier is gone now. You cannot say that I don't understand English. Knowledge is for free and it's in different languages as well. You can ask it for a mind map, you can ask for a report, you can ask for some flashcards, you can evaluate yourself. So this is a very good platform you should explore. And the Google Gemini itself, when you just come down and when you click this more tools, you will find an option for step by step learning. So in that step by step learning, if you ask any content, that will give you some content and it will ask you the question. It will again give you the content, it will ask you the question. So that's a very good way to learn something. You can start interacting with it during your travel time and all. Effectively, you can utilize that. So your 2030 starts today. Okay. So even though it is 2026, it's 2030, which is officially starting today. So learn continuously, start building the projects, and then use AI wisely, and then network early. So don't think that you are in the first year. Try to connect with your peer people. Try to connect with your nearby institutions and other higher institutions as well. Create your portfolio like GitHub, LinkedIn, and so on. And then stay curious until 2030. You land on your financial planning, and once you are comfortable with your finances and you can comfortably lead your family, then you're all set. Okay, so stay curious until then. So the future belongs to those who starts before they feel ready. Don't feel like your life is going to start only at the final year. It starts now. Okay, so I'll see you in 2030 for sure. And I would like to see you as engineers, as innovators, and few as cybersecurity leaders as well. So best wishes for your career. And then I would like to give you my mail ID. You can just make a note of it. Um, just a second. Yeah, so that is my mail ID. I'm just presenting it on this. Can you able to see my screen? You could able to see my mail ID, right? You can take a snapshot. So if you have any doubts or if you have any clarifications or something, you can take a screenshot. Don't waste time in noting it down. So you can write an email to me. I will try to address it at the earliest possible. Many of you have said you don't know what it is. Feel free to write. I was given just only 1 hour. It's already 19 minutes past 3, so I have to wind it up. So you can note my mail ID. It is already there. And then if you have any doubts, please feel free to write it to me. I'll try to address it at the earliest possible. Okay. So with this, I would like to conclude. Best wishes and thank you for the management and the faculty members for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
As we come to the end of this insightful session, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to Dr. S. J. Ganesh for sharing his valuable knowledge and expertise with us. Before we conclude, I kindly request all the participants to fill out the feedback form. The feedback form will be pasted in the chat room. We also extend our gratitude to our management S Engineering College, faculty members, organizers, and technical team for their support in making this event possible. A special thank you to all the students who joined us today. We hope this session has provided meaningful insights as you prepare to begin your engineering journey. Thank you for all your participation. Once again, fill out the feedback form that would be pasted in the chat room. Thank you.
Thank you all. May I leave now, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.